First and foremost, before we get started, I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekah Kwadash, and double honors to those great millstone, while unto truth, and also to those elect that are scattered abroad. I like to say, Shalom. Come back here today with another great and powerful lesson through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And the type D lesson is, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed. So I like to say shalom to all our listeners and learners. Hope this will help you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which is fact, is Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. So before we start today's lesson, have a news article here by ABC News. And it reads that Epstein files. DOJ says it's taken down several thousand documents that mistakenly identifies victims. Let's get a little bit more. So the Department of Justice officials say that they have taken down several thousand documents and media from the website containing files on the late essay offender Jeffrey Epstein that may have inadvertently including victims identifying information due to various factors, including technical or human error. So according to a letter filed on the dockets of two federal judges Monday, the government update comes after attorney for Epstein victims asked that the judge late Sunday to urgently ordered that the DOJ site be taken down because of redaction failures exposing the names or personal information that they say of nearly 100 individual survivors who lives has been turned upside down by the DOJ latest release. So we seeing now that this has been going on sometime in the news. They've been going back and forth about these e-files, and we know that it contains a lot of disturbing information. Also, it's constantly exposing a lot of prominent people, even including President DJ Donald Trump. You know, he has been mentioned and has been seen in a lot of these different things. That we'll put it like that. But we know right now that the Lord is constantly removing the covering cast, and also things that was done in the dark now is coming to the light through the spirit and the power of Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. The Lord is shedding light on Esau Edom. The Lord is making Esau bare, and he cannot hide himself. So right now we're seeing now that a lot of things are coming out left and right, and and a lot of people right now is very disturbed. A lot of people are very angry, but we already know, the man of the Lord constantly warned you about this, years and years, starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and the men that with the doctrine, saying. So we seeing now that things are coming out left and right, so all things will be fulfilled before the second coming of our Lord and Savior, our great deliverer, Yahweh Shah Mashiach. So we seeing right now that the Lord is constantly exposing these red devils, the man of sin has been revealed, Esau Edom, the modern day so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. So right now, it has so much things that's very disturbing. I cannot go into them, but I got videos to bring it out with more edification. So we're seeing right now there's a lot of these files was taken down, was hidden or whatever, or was not brought out, because they knowing that it will expose, it will destroy a lot of people that is in government. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these what you call so-called celebrities. A lot of things was happening left and right. All sorts of things. The P word. The P files. The all sorts of wickedness and all sorts of abomination. There's no new thing under the sun. So we seeing right now the Lord is constantly exposing things on a high level right now, because we are at the end. And one thing about it, no one is not going to escape the hands of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. The Lord sees all things, and no one can hide. no one can run. And one thing about it, that's where we at right now. So we seeing right now that they're, constantly covering their tracks. And also there's rumors, or speculation that this man here, Jeffrey Efile is not dead, so it's a lot of things, back and forth. A lot of things are out there. So we're seeing right now that, they're saying they're going to release this, they're going to release that, and how all of a sudden they just releasing little by little. We constantly hearing rumors after rumors, but we already knowing that these things are coming to the light. And one thing about it, they're going to hit hard as a hammer. We knowing that these other nations are watching. They already knowing that America is corrupt. America is finished. And one thing about it, this place is divided and it cannot stand because of all the wickedness and all the abomination. And one thing about it, in the affliction of Zion is almost fulfilled. So the Lord's getting ready to turn the tables. We seeing now that these curses are slowly falling on these damn wicked heathens, these devils, starting with, Esau, Edom, we're seeing these things are constantly turning around. So we seeing right now that the spotlight is on this wicked devil right now and all his wickedness, that he has done in the dark. So it is coming to the light. So now, right now, these Epstein files, are coming out, and it's getting more and more darker as it goes, So let's go here and get a quick precept before we start today's videos. Let's go here to Luke chapter 12. Let's go here to Luke chapter 12 and verse 2. Luke chapter 12 and verse 2. So we're going to get it in the NLT. It says here, the time is coming when everything that is covered up will be revealed. And all that is secret will be made known to all. So that's exactly what we are beginning to see, that things that was covered, that was done in the dark, that was done in secret, now is being revealed. It's being made obvious and clear. It's being known throughout the world. All this man wickedness is on display right now. And also we seeing right now that this man right now, he's in warp speed to bring forth this new agenda. And also we know that this man is trying to bring forth World War III to try to distract. But one thing about it, the Lord already has his days and his months already has been determined. We got bounds that he cannot pass. So let's read this once again in the NLT. It says, the time is coming when everything that is covered up will be revealed, and all that is secret will be made known to all. So that's exactly what's getting ready to happen. So we've been hearing rumors after rumors, but now things are wide open because right now we are in the end time. So now all things are going to be revealed. As it is written, it shall come to pass. Verse 3 says, whatever you have said in the dark will be heard in the light. It said, and what you have whispered behind closed doors will be shouted from the hilltops for all to hear. And everybody, them hilltops going into the internet, the World Wide Web. So we see it right now that the whole world, we are seeing all together, all the abomination and all the wickedness. That Babylon the Great, which in fact is America. This place is finished. This place is circling the drain. Also, we seeing the end of this man's reign of terror, Esau, Edom. So we almost out of this nightmare. We cannot wait all sorts of wickedness. That's why this place is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, because of all the wickedness and all the abomination. Also, this is the house of bondage, and a lot of our people are still under that bondage. That's why the Lord said, this is not your rest. Come out of here, my people. This is not your rest. So now let's go here to this channel here by I think her name Kim Iverson. I think a lot of men of the Lord brought this out, but I'm gonna bring it out again, and we're gonna expound on it after we get some of this video, and then we'll bring out some scripture and expound on it. So once again, I hope that you will get edified.
All right, let's go over some of the most bizarre claims found inside of the Epstein files, shall we? Now, some of these are verified or speculation. Some of them are not true, but we're going to go over them anyway. And let's start with probably the most, I think, bizarre of the entire thing, and that is accusations of eating humans. This one here, this accusation is that this is graphic, and you just if you got a weak stomach. But this is claiming that Bush Sr. and Jr., I believe, raped African American males, and that there were individuals then eating feces from human intestines, and there was some like ritualistic sacrifices going on. Okay, told you this was going to be bizarre. Okay, this is what the email says. Subject: interview a purported Epstein victim. I'd like to add a few other points disclosed by the purported victim while on this yacht he witnessed. So this is a victim, a purported victim, talking to law enforcement, saying African-American males have, so he witnessed this, African-American males having sex with white blonde females, all of whom were bleeding during intercourse. He was a victim of a type of ritualistic sacrifice in which his feet were cut with a scimitar, but left no scarring. I don't know if I'm saying that right. On the yacht, he witnessed babies being dismembered, their intestines removed, and individuals eating the feces from these intestines. He was also raped by George Bush Sr. Victim disclosed he was escorted to the FBI building by Michael Moore, who is the creator of True Pundit, described by multiple online sources as a conspiracy-driven news website that attempts to paint the FBI in a bad light. So I think that's a different Michael Moore than maybe the one we're thinking of. Moore has a criminal record as a result of an FBI investigation. Let me know if you want to discuss the former FBI agent that called this into the head office. Thanks. And then it says, I didn't realize Bush raped him too. And the response was, he has more to tell us too, he said. So I think it was, I don't know if he was accusing both Bushes or just the older Bush, but okay, bizarre. But I want to bring your attention to this. This was an old video. This is of a model, Gabriela Rico Jimenez. And in 2009, 21-year-old model Gabriela Rico Jimenez, who was reportedly at a elite event in Monterrey, Mexico, was recorded on camera freaking out. Okay, and I'm going to show you the video. She's making statements including they were eating humans. And so she was going on and on saying they're eating humans. And this was at this elite event that she went to. They said, well, she just seems to have mental health issues. But now with these other accusations coming out in the Epstein files, accusations of people eating people, let's just go ahead and take another look at this video. Okay. So she's saying they eat humans. Yes, I knew about the murders, but now they're eating humans after she went to an elite party. It gets weirder. Nicki Minaj then tweets this out, and she says, your favorite artist has been practicing rituals in a satanic cult where they take babies from other countries and mutilate and kill them as a form of blood sacrifice to their god. You see, when your master is Satan, you must constantly shed blood. However, the jig is up.
That's exactly right. The jig is up. And we know that a lot of these celebrities, they're very wicked. They already sold their soul, which in fact, so no such thing as sell your soul. Your soul belongs to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua. But that's how they trick these wicked ass 2/3, because, they want the crumbs off of Esau's table. So we seeing right now that all this shameful spirit is coming out left and right. So let's get a couple more precepts and we're going to come back to the video, because there's more meat on the bone. Let's see here. Let's go here to Isaiah chapter 25. Let's go here. Isaiah chapter 25. We're going to go back to the video, and I have some more videos to bring out, man. I'm telling you, man. Man, so much coming out, man. The Lord is revealing a whole lot of things, man. And one thing about it, we seeing right now that we're here, man. We're living in the end time, real time. Things are more as manifesting each and every day. Things are more revealing each and every day. We're seeing it. It's happening right before our eyes, whether people believe it or not. So all the games say, all the people that constantly said this is not going to happen, that didn't happen. Well, guess what? It's happening right before your eyes. And also, we're seeing right now a lot of people are really pretty much is slowing down on scoffing and mocking, because they're beginning to see that what the men of the Lord has been saying has come to pass, through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. And that's what we constantly warn you about. The Bible is a true book. Isaiah chapter 25, Isaiah chapter 25 and verse 7, it said, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all peoples, and the veil that is spread over all nations. And out of the Bible said he will destroy in this mountain. So it's talking about what mountain goes into what government. So it's talking about what America, Babylon the Great. You know what I'm saying? It's the face of the covering cast, all the what? The lies and the seven, that veil that was over all nations. You know what I'm saying? That darkness. But the Lord is now, he's spreading light on all this wickedness, all the abomination, the lies, the deception. These things are coming to light that was spread over all nations. So we seeing right now, all these nations are seeing all the wickedness, all the corruption that goes on right here in America, Babylon the Great. You know what I'm saying? So, right now, we see that America is greatly despised, and also Esau Edom, he is greatly despised among the nation. Now that body, we see it right now, his day has come. You know what I'm saying? So we knowing right now that, what that lady was, she was saying in the video was true, because we constantly be seeing it with how they eat human, they dismember babies, all sorts of, they drink human blood, all sorts of things is happening, man. It's no new thing under the sun. We already know that this goes all the way back to Nimrod, and also these what you call these wicked ass Canaanites, these Egyptians, these so-called African Hamites. You know what I'm saying? So that's where they come from. And also we know that's where Esau Edom also adopted it. Also these custom, you know what I'm saying? They are the wicked that the Bible speaks of. When you go to Job chapter 9 and verse 24, the earth was giving into the hands of the wicked because the power's in their hand, but only for a short season. When you go to what? Micah chapter 2 and verse 1. So it's a lot of things that is happening. Let's get to one right here. We see that shameful spirit. It's upon their glory now. You know who? Esau Edom. The Lord is constantly making this man bare and bare. The man of sin has been revealed. The modern day so-called white man, Esau Edom, the devil that the Bible speaks of. That red devil. Genesis chapter, I think it's Genesis chapter 2, if I'm not mistaken. Genesis chapter 3, I think. It's one of them. But anyway, say, that old serpent. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're talking about. Let's see here. Let's go to Habakkuk. One moment. Habakkuk chapter 2. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 16. You can't, one thing about it, man, these prophecies are rolling right now. Let's go here. It says here, verse 16, thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. Say, the cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful experience shall be on thy glory. So that's what the Lord's constantly doing. So he's uncovered his foreskin. You know what I'm saying? We seeing that shameful spirit left and right. And one thing about it, we seeing now this man is trying to cover up, trying to leak files, trying to rewrite shit, all sorts of things he's trying to do. But one thing about it, you cannot hide. You can't escape the hands of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Let's read in the NLT. Say, but soon it will be your turn to be disgraced. Who is that? Esau Edom and these damn heathen nations. He said, come drink and be exposed. That's exactly what the Lord is doing, exposing this red devil on a high level, on a global level. Said, drink from the cup of the Lord's judgment. So one thing about it, we have to drink of the cup. Now it's your turn to drink of this cup, the dregs of the cup, which in fact is oppression, affliction, and also slavery is coming back in a big way. The Lord's judgment is getting ready to be off the chain. He said, and all your glory will be turned to shame. So that's exactly what's getting ready. We seeing it happening left and right. He's going around like he's a Christian and make America great again. I'm here, to bring nations together, to help all people, this and that. And when you find out this man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. So the Lord is bringing his glory to shame. We seeing it right with our own eyes. So now let's go here. Let's go back to the video. Let's get a little bit more of Kim Iverson. Then when I have some more videos to bring out, then we're going to close out.
Who is she talking about? I mean, she says your favorite artist has been practicing rituals. Is she talking about somebody specifically, or is she just saying probably your favorite artist because chances are high, and that they're all they're all basically a part of a satanic cult. People have been pointing out for a long time that these concerts from a variety of different artists tend to have symbols that are known inside of satanic circles. So it's bizarre. I mean, it sounds really, really insane. Sounds completely nutty. But I don't know. I mean, weirder things have happened in the world, I guess. People do weird things. I mean, it's hard to imagine. It's hard to wrap my mind around this as being real. It just sounds like, okay, yeah, these are mentally ill people making claims. But I don't know. I mean, what if it is real? And then here we are just acting like, wow, that can't possibly be real. I mean, this kind of stuff has happened. We have documented instances of children sacrifices. That has happened throughout history in many cultures many times over, where children were sacrificed for gods, or cannibalism. I mean, these things have happened. So, I mean, we can't really just discard it and say, well, no, it can't be possible. I mean, why not? Why can't it be possible? I don't know. Here's another claim inside of the Epstein files that was quite interesting. A guard claimed that Epstein was smuggled out before his death. A lot of people have said the dead body that we saw, which, by the way, it's weird we even saw a dead body. They leaked the picture of Epstein after he was found dead. When else do you see that? I mean, we don't really ever see that. So it's almost like they wanted us to see it. So maybe there's more legitimacy to this claim than not, because we do have a picture of Epstein. And then people were pointing out, yet that doesn't look like Epstein. And I'll show you those photos. But this individual anonymously posted on 4chan the morning of Epstein's death, August 10th, 2019, claiming he witnessed weird happenings at the prison before Epstein's death had been identified. And now he's been identified in the Epstein files. So it turns out that this guard is Roberto Grijalva. He's an officer at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in New York. He has been identified as the anonymous prison employee who posted on 4chan claiming Epstein left his cell Friday evening shackled in a medical wheelchair, while at the same time an unauthorized trip van arrived at the prison, which he believed took Epstein away the night before news broke of his death. Both parties want you to believe they're working for the people, but let's be honest. Washington is bought and paid for. Big corporations in Wall Street get bailed out, while working Americans get left with higher prices.
Stop it right there. See, can I move it up a little bit to those, to that face of, see, can I see it? It might be right here. Let's see, gotta bring it back right here.
That doesn't even look like him.
Back it up a little bit.
And here's a side-by-side. Now, this is a picture of Jeffrey Epstein alive. 3884, or text Kim, K-I-M, to 65532. Don't wait for politicians to fix a system they benefit from. Protect yourself today. So he was claiming, I saw the guy, they took him out of here. Weird things were going on. And, then they ended up saying, well, nobody really believed this guy, but let's just go ahead and look at the pictures of Epstein. He's saying that Epstein, so this is the picture that leaked. And when we saw this, people were like, oh, yep, he's dead. There he is. But then people pointed out, that doesn't even look like him. And here's a side-by-side. Now, this is a picture of Jeffrey Epstein alive that's been turned sideways. But you can see here the nose. People are pointing out that the nose shapes are different. One nose goes down. The dead guy's nose goes down. And Epstein's nose actually has a straight, his nose is straight and doesn't curve down. The nostrils are different. Many people pointed to the ears being different. Here, let me show you the ears, that just the shape of the ears are different. And now that we know who this guard is, this anonymous posting, and now that this has come out in the Epstein files of who it is, I don't know, do you put more believability into it? You can't really discount the fact that...
Just like I said, let's say you should get that advantage, you know what I'm saying? We're not ignorant of Satan's device. This man right here, he's very wicked. He's very, clever, you know what I'm saying? He's that cunning hunter also, We see it right now that this man is constantly bringing all sorts of things out, a lot of deception, a lot of lies, but the Lord's bringing light to it, you know what I'm saying? So that's, that's one thing about it that, you can't, no matter what you try to do, the Lord's gonna bring your ass out to the light, So one thing about it, you see it right now, this man is trying to get that advantage, you know what I'm saying? He want total control, you know what I'm saying? We see it right now that he's trying to cover up all his wickedness, but right now, Lord's putting him on Front Street, and nothing he can do about it. Lord has made Esau barren You know, and he cannot hide himself anymore because the Lord is constantly moving that hedge that he had upon him. You know, when he was doing the Lord's bidding. Now ain't nothing working for him. No. Stand now in thy enchantments. So none of this shit ain't working anymore because you know it is over now. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the Lord's finna get ready to bring this man down. The Lord's getting ready to cast this man away. You know what I'm saying? We cannot wait. You know what I'm saying? This man to get ready to go into slavery. You know what I'm saying? And also the body count is getting ready to be great. Second Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11 said, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we're not ignorant of his device." And the physical counterpart of Satan is the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. You know what I'm saying? So we see it right now that, you know, this man is constantly showing you one thing and doing another. Now, could that have been Epstein there, or could that have been someone else? But we already know what they do. You know, they saying that this person is dead, and also he could be somewhere on an island somewhere living great. You know what I'm saying? But that's what they do, you know, left and right, you know. So we know right now that, you know, he's trying to get that advantage, which in fact is total control. And also we know slowly that America is slowly becoming a police state. So a lot of things is coming out. Also, Trump is moving in warp speed, trying not to get exposed, which in fact he's already been exposed. But one thing about it, we already know that, you know, they saying that it was going into Iran, but now they done put it on stop for right now. You know, it's delayed for right now because rumors that China is supplying Iran with weapons. So a lot of things is happening, but we know that at some point that in the middle, the World War III is going to jump off in the middle of the East, in the Middle East, so-called Middle East. We put it like that. So we already know that the least of the flock should draw them out. So we know that he's trying to get that advantage, which in fact is in the NWO, and also to bring forth that digital oil, which in fact is that the mark of the beast. You know what I'm saying? We know that we're very close. You know, that the vices goes into his mindset, his evil scheme, his evil plan. But the Lord said, hey man, you finna get the hell up out of here. Let's go here. Something I want to get out of. Let's go here to Wisdom of Solomon. Something I want to get out here about how they do these sacrifice child, drinking blood, different things like. But this is going into the Canaanites, but we gonna use it in a modern sense. You know, we're gonna use this in a modern sense. Just two little verses we got. This Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12 and verse 4 says, "Whom thou hatest for doing most odious works." You know, so vile works, so witchcraft and wicked sacrifices. Verse 5 said, "And also those merciless murderers of children and devourers of man's flesh and the feast of blood." So we already know this is talking about the Canaanites, but we're going to use it in a modern sense. So we see it right now that there's no new thing under the sun. This goes all the way back to Nimrod, you know what I'm saying? So we seeing right now that, you know, these same practices are here today, you know what I'm saying? We know that Esau Edom, you know, he's doing these things, you know what I'm saying? This man is the wicked. So right now he's a merciless murderer and also merciless murderer of children and devourer of man's flesh. So we already seeing what the lady said in the video about how they was eating human flesh. You know what I'm saying? Also, they said they were devouring children, also their bowels and different things like that, and also drinking blood. We already know that's in Leviticus. You know, Lord said, you know, do not drink the blood of any animal. You know what I'm saying? Because that is his life force, and also that is abomination, and you will be cut off. You know what I'm saying? So one thing about it, we seeing right now that this wicked devil, you know what I'm saying? He is the wicked that the Bible speaks of. That's what we constantly warn you about. But the earth was given into his hand for a short season. You know what I'm saying? The same old serpent, the devil, you know what I'm saying? Which in fact is the so-called white man. And devil goes into Dabalos, which in fact is that he's is very slanderous. You know, a person that is very wicked. You know what I'm saying? We probably might have to pull that up. You know what I'm saying? But we seeing that, you know, he's very wicked. You know what I'm saying? This man is off the chain. And one thing about it, we know, let's go here. We're gonna get that too. I kind of butchered, but we're gonna go into that word Dabalos. Let's go here to Revelation. Then we're gonna get some more video. Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. Because we know now this man is getting ready to come down with great wrath, because he knowing that his time is very short, because what the Lord is exposing this red devil on every level. We know that what he's gonna do is resort to his blessing. What is that? That sword, what? his military, his technology, his witchcraft. But we see it right now, and the Lord is putting shameful spirit upon his glory. And one thing about it, the Lord is getting ready to disappoint him and cast him down. So let's go here. Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth, and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knowing that he has but a short time. Rejoice ye heaven is talking about what Israel said. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea is talking about what the people are, the nations. And it says here, the devil coming down having great wrath. And now the Bible talking that devil goes into, somebody that is a false accuser, someone that's slanderous. Let's go into that word devil, right quick. So I butcher it. I might well we pull it up on the interstellar. Every now and then, we can forget things sometime, but it always comes back through the spirit. So we'll go right here, 12:28. Let's go here. Let's go back out one moment. We go back in one moment. Still working on this tablet. You hit the wrong button, it'll go straight to it real quickly. It ain't like my cell phone, but hey, through the spirit and power, Yahweh Shema Shai, I hope that you will get edified. Let's go into this word, devil. Let's go into this word. Oh man, why does it keep doing that? Let's go back. Oh man, one moment. I want to get that interstellar. I went it before, but I just get used to this tablet. Let's go back again. One moment. We should get it this time. 12:28. Let's go here. There we go here. So it says here, Dabalos. It says here, let's get the online biblical usage. It said prone to slander, slanderous, false accusing falsely. That's exactly what we want right there. So, someone that is accused, a false accuser, someone that is slanderous, very deceitful, a liar, which in fact is Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Also, he is a antichrist, but we know that there are many antichrists. And also, we already know he's doing the bidding of Satan. He's the physical counterpart of Satan. So we seeing right now, we seeing that the devil in the flesh, this damn demon, the Lord is getting ready to destroy this man. So now, let's go back out. Let's go to some more videos, and after the videos, we get a few more precepts. We'll close out. And sorry about all the jumping around, but it's all through the spirit and power. Yahweh Shema Shai. So let's get these videos here right quick, and we'll close out.
These people sacrifice children. Somebody said they don't do that. They sacrifice children at the highest levels in Hollywood. They drink blood of young kids. This is a fact. That's why the next thing to be exposed will be all the pedophilia that's going to come out of Hollywood and come out of Washington, D.C. The human sacrifice and the cannibalism has been going on for years. Somebody said, oh, they don't do that. It's worse than what you think. You remember when the whole spirit cooking thing came out? That's commonplace, ladies and gentlemen. And many of the Hollywood actors that you go see on a screen, what you don't know, they bring a witch. They do a big seance right there on the set. And they worship devils, and they allow devils to come into them before they take the part of what they're going to act. It's a fact what I'm telling you.
No black girls allowed on Epstein Island? Here's why. Jeff gave in at some point and told him, yes, I'll find some friends. Jeff wanted young, fresh girls, virgins. He told, don't bring me any N-words. Never ever brought any friends. At this point in the interview, attorney Barry advised the following. At Epstein's request, she at times met people on the beach and may have told them something to the effect of, if you want to party, go to Epstein's. Following statement, shook her shoulders and head in the affirmative. Clarified that after what Jeff had done to her, she did not want it. The grapes and actual assaults to be repeated. And she decided finding other girls for him, strangers she found in town, might spare her more abuse.
Listen to me. If the complete and utter truth comes out, three things happen. The entertainment industry collapses completely. Millions, possibly billions of advertising dollars. Don't get mad. People go broke. Companies go under. That's why they hate me. Not because I'm telling the truth on people, because I'm telling the truth about the system.
So now let's go back to the what's going on. And also, I believe that Jaguar Wright, I believe she's control opposition. All of them are a part of it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? We're not ignorant of Satan devices. So now let's go here. Let's get a few more precepts and we'll close out. So we're seeing right now that all this wickedness, all these abominations are coming out. You know, I'm trying to keep it on a clean sense because, you know, YouTube, you know how they get out with their guidelines. So we seeing the video pretty much, you know, pretty sums it up. So let's go here to Isaiah chapter 47. Isaiah chapter 47. And we'll start up at verse 1. And it reads that, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." And out of the Bible, we already know the old virgin daughter of Babylon is talking about America. And one day about sit down in the dust, you know what I'm saying? That means you're going to go back into that, you know, that low estate. You know, Lord's getting ready to put, you know, it's America, you know, out of his misery. And one thing about it, you know, it will no more be called tender and delicate. You know, so right now we're seeing the downfall of America. We're seeing this place is finished, you know, the end of an empire. So we already knowing that I think DJ Donald Trump talking about celebrating I think it's 250 years, you know, that America been in existence. But we already know in 250 years marked the end of every empire that was ever in existence. So right now we're at the end of this man's rulership. Esau, the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. So we seeing that transition of powers happening right before our eyes. The Lord is getting ready to set up one and put down another. And right now, you know, it says here once again, is that come. Let's read in the NLT. It said, "Come down, virgin daughter of Babylon, and sit in the dust, for your days of sitting on a throne have ended." So, "O daughter of Babylonia," said, "never again will you be the lovely princess, tender and delicate." That's exactly right. So we see the end of America, Babylon the Great. You know what I'm saying? So we'll not make America great again. You know, America is getting ready to be gone forever. You know what I'm saying? This place is getting ready to be a lake of fire. Verse 2 said, "Take the millstone and the grind mill." Said, let's read that once again. Isaiah chapter 47 verse 2 said, "Take the millstone and grind mill, uncover thy locks, make bare the legs, uncover the thigh." Said, "Pass over the river." Said exactly what the Lord is doing. You know, he's revealing, exposing, you know, bringing things to the light, uncovering, you know what I'm saying, all this wickedness. Said verse 3 said, "Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. So I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man." So the Lord's going to come back as a great angelic force. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's going to come back and set everything back into order. So all this wickedness, all these abominations is getting ready to be a thing of the past. The Lord's getting ready to judge this place with that fervent heat. Those thermonuclear IBCM missiles, and also that laser and chariot fire for Yahweh Ba'al Shai. So we already know that, you know what I'm saying, this place is seeing its last end. You know what I'm saying? This place is finished. You know what I'm saying? So we're seeing right now that the Lord is bringing it to a close. So let's go here to Psalm, and also he's constantly exposing and bringing things to the light. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, that you know, you can't hide, you can't run from the Lord. The Lord's eyes is 10,000 brighter than the sun. You know, so let's go here to Psalms chapter 14, and we'll start at verse 1. Psalm chapter 14 and verse 1. It says here, "The fool has said in his heart, there is no power or no God. Said they are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that do is good." You know, who is the fool? You know, we talk when you go to Job chapter 30, you know what I'm saying? You know, they were cheering the fool. Who they talking about? Esau Edom. You know what I'm saying? The modern day so-called white man. See the ties that folly and wickedness of men. Let's read this once again. It said, "The fool has said in his heart, there is no God." You know what I'm saying? Said they are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that do is good. You know what I'm saying? Verse 2 said, So the Lord looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand and seek the Almighty Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. So verse 3, they are all gone aside. They are all together become filthy. There is none that doeth good. No, not one. Verse 4 said, have all the workers of iniquity no knowledge, who eat up my people as they eat bread, and call not upon the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. He's talking about these damn wicked heathen nation, also these damn wicked two-third also, you know what I'm saying? That's in laying in bed with them. So you see it right now, that none of them gonna do it. No, we already know that the wicked, they don't give a damn about trying to do the Lord's laws, because the Lord's not dealing with them at all. You know what I'm saying? All they know about is wickedness, because they are the wicked that the Bible speaks of. Let's read verse 4 once again. It said, have all the workers of iniquity no knowledge, who eat up my people as they eat bread, and call not upon the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. So that's where we at right now. So let's go to that last and final script. Let's go here. I ain't trying to make it be too long of a lesson, but just like I said, man, these Bible prophets, they popping right now. You know what I'm saying? Let's go here to Job chapter 20. Let's go ahead and skip this one here. Job chapter 20. We're going to skip around in Job chapter 20. Job chapter 20. And let's start up at verse 5. I need to highlight some of it, but I'm just see. Can I highlight some of this? Let's get a little bit of this highlight. Let's highlight some of it. Let's get this here. Highlight some of it. It says here, Job chapter 20, verse 5 said, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrites but for a moment. So right now, this man is getting ready to see his end. It's almost over with for his ass. The curtains for his ass. You know what I'm saying? We seeing right now that, we seeing that his days has been determined. Verse 6 said, though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reaches into the clouds. Verse 7, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. Said, they which have seen him shall say, where is he? So that's where we coming to now. This man we just like he never was. Verse 8 said, he shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision in the night. So that's exactly what's getting ready to happen. This man is gonna be just like a blink of an eye. It's like his ass never was before. So let's drop down to verse 22. It says here, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Verse 23 said, when he is about to fill his belly, said the Almighty shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. So right now we're seeing this man is in the fullness of his sufficiency. He shall be in straight levels of adversity. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon it. All the one that was allies with him, was his laborers that fornicated with this wicked whore, lived deliciously. Now they're turning against this wicked red devil. You know what I'm saying? So we see it right now. This place is finished. The Lord is getting ready to cast the rain down, get ready to rain upon him while he is eating, and that rain that is coming is fire. You know what I'm saying? Those IBCM missiles, and also that laser and chariot fire for Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. So this man is getting ready to be totally destroyed. The Lord's getting ready to bring forth judgment like this man had never seen before. What was done to us is getting ready to be done to them, So we knowing that now the affliction of Zion is over. You know what I'm saying? Affliction shall not rise up a second time. The Lord is getting ready to put this man into chains. You know what I'm saying? And the body count is getting ready to be great. Slavery is coming back in a big way. Let's get this here. More judgment for this red devil, for all the wickedness and the abomination that this red devil has done. Verse 24 says, he shall flee from the iron weapons, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. So everybody's talking about the IBCM missiles, that all these nations are getting ready to burn the whore. It's lined up perfectly with Revelation chapter 17. They shall burn the whore. The EU, you know what I'm saying, and NATO, and also in collaboration with Russia and China and these other nations. You know, it says we know that Russia will be a god to these nations. So we seeing that the Middle East, you know, it's constantly heating up over there. You know, we know that World War III is going to pop off in the Middle East, just like the Bible says. So we seeing slowly it's coming full circle. And also the Lord is gathering the nation for the controversy of Zion. Verse 24 says, he shall flee from the iron weapons, and the bow of steel shall strike him through, those IBCM missiles. You know what I'm saying? The indignation of Yahweh, Baal Shem Yahushua. Verse 25 says, it shall be drawn and cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon it. So this is describing those IBCM missiles coming out of these silos, you know, getting ready to hit their mark. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to miss their mark. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be shot to the ends of the world, which in fact is America. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we coming upon these times. We are constantly warning you about these things. They are happening right before your eyes. We constantly rejoice because we know we almost out of here. Verse 26 says, all darkness shall be hid, say, in his secret place. A fire not blown shall consume him. Say, it shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. So very soon, this man is getting ready to get what his ass been looking for. You shall reap what you sow. So verse 27 said, the heavens shall reveal his iniquity. Let's read this once again. Verse 27, the heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. So that's exactly what's happening right now. The heavens shall reveal his iniquity. So that's what we're seeing right now. The Lord is uncovering all this man wickedness that was hid in the dark is coming to the light. You cannot escape the hands of Yahweh. The earth shall rise up against him. So we're seeing that all these nations right now are in collaboration against the West in Israel. Verse 28 said, the increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. So we're in a transition of power. You know what I'm saying? We getting ready to go from rags to riches. They get ready to go from riches to rags. You know, so one thing about it, the unrighteous dealing got by by lies and deceit. The kingdom shall be translated from one people to another. You know what I'm saying? That's where we at right now. Verse 29 said, this is the portion of a wicked man from Yahweh Baal Shem Yahushua, and the heritage appointed to him by Yahweh Baal Shem Yahushua. So we seeing right now that we at almost at the end of this man reign of terror. And also the Lord is coming to expose this man on all levels. And one thing about it, that was hid in the dark is coming to the light. That was covered is being uncovered. That was not known is being known abroad. And also we're seeing all together, and all the lies, all the wickedness is coming out, and the man of sin has been revealed, which in fact is the modern day so-called white man, Esau Edom, the devil that the Bible speaks of. And one thing about it, we are very close. And also the second coming of our Lord and Savior and our great deliverer. You know, he's getting ready to return with great glory and great power. The Lord is getting ready to set this righteous kingdom upon this earth and get rid of all this wickedness. You know what I'm saying? All this abomination. You know what I'm saying? So we'll get ready to go into immortality, rulership, spiritual power, and we cannot wait. We're gonna constantly trust and believe in Yahweh Baal Shem Yahushua. So the title of the daily lesson once again is, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed. So I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Baal Shem Yahushua Baal Shem Rekah Quadash. I like to say, Shalom. Shalom.